Wholesome Roots Snow Edition again. No, this is not a repeat episode. It actually has snowed once again here at Wholesome Roots, and this time it's gonna stick around because when it happened the last time, the temperatures warmed up and it all melted before the day was over. But today we are not gonna get above freezing. It is frigid out here. Don't let the bright sunshine fool you. It is a toasty 18 degrees right now, and the wind chill says that it feels like 4 degrees. We are under a wind chill advisory that we should expect wind chills to range from 25 above zero to sometimes 5 below zero. So that is pretty cold. You got to make sure you dress properly for these kinds of situations, which I am, thankfully. Nice pair of coveralls. I got my face mask. I got my beard for when I'm not wearing my face mask, and my hat, my gloves. I got waterproof Gore-Tex lined boots. So I'm actually doing all right. But yeah, it's a little bit cold for most people. A little bit colder than what I'm used to here in Georgia. Check out the lake, or pond. I like to call it a lake. Pond just seems tiny to me. But look, isn't that beautiful? It's got ice and snow covering it. Ducks look like they're inside their structure having a little break from the snow day. I made it home from work yesterday with just enough time to get the chickens covered. Rose started to cover them. She did the first frost fabric layer on one end, and she left it open for me so I could give them their water and cover the other end. Thankfully, I had enough daylight left to get it all covered, because looks like we got a pretty decent amount of snow, and the chickens underneath the frost fabric with their own body heat, they're probably going to be just fine in there. And there's the road in front of our house. Work was canceled for me today because the road conditions are not good. If you can see, you can see the road, and I have seen one brave truck driving down it, but that is not recommended. Down here in Georgia, people just are not used to driving in the snow, let alone ice, because it rained right before it snowed. And now it's below freezing, well below freezing, and there's a layer of ice underneath the snow, and that's just not safe. I don't even think people up north Correct me if I'm wrong, but driving on the ice is still driving on the ice. It's not recommended. So something you should consider if you're ever thinking about getting into homesteading is that you don't get to take the days off like everybody else does. Even the animals are going to get a break today because of how cold it is and the wind chill and the ice. The goats are going to stay inside. The chickens will remain covered. Even Khaleesi, our dog, I have her out right now to eat and to use the bathroom. But if she looks miserable when I'm done out here, she's coming back in the house with me. And I know she's a Great Pyrenees, and they're supposed to be well tolerant to this, but the same breath, cold, I don't like being cold. I don't think any creature likes being cold. But yeah, I might be off of work from my job because of the weather, and I'm thankful that I get to be here to help out with the homesteading duties and all the chores, but I'm not exempt from the cold. I'm gonna be out here breaking ice out of waterers, and I'm gonna have to take my gloves off and probably get very cold at some point. So that's just something you should think about if you're ever considering this way of life. It's not always fun and games, and sometimes you're gonna be uncomfortable. So be ready to get out of your comfort zone. Look how Khaleesi, our normally snow white looking dog, does not look near as snow white as the snow does. She doesn't seem to be miserable. As pretty as it is to see the homestead covered in a beautiful layer of snow, it is really cold. I've finished up what I need to do out here as far as the morning chores, getting the goats milked and fed and everything. But you know what? I'm gonna go inside now and warm up because I'm freezing, especially my feet. So I'll have to come back out later and take care of the chickens and everybody else. And I don't know if I'll bring the camera out with me then or not. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go in and warm up now because I'm cold. I don't know if you guys saw that or not on the time lapse, and I didn't want to say anything earlier because I didn't want to jinx it, but I hadn't seen Mrs. Duck all day long, and then right at the end of that time lapse, and Mrs. Duck did a gigantic flyby 2 times right over the chicken tractors. I was really happy to see her, and to see her do that is just, it's amazing how well that she flies. And she didn't land. I know she's hungry, and I know why she did it twice. It's my theory is that she didn't want to land in the snow. Ducks are really tough creatures, and they can handle the cold weather and the cold water, but I'm guessing that's why she didn't land, and that's why she did it twice. But I'm so pleased to see her today at the end of the day. And she flew over here and she's in the water right now, so I'm gonna go up and give her some food. Mrs. Duck, are you hungry? You hungry? What do you think of all this snow, Mrs. Duck? You want to come eat? She's a little unsure. It's funny, she doesn't like the snow. You look pretty up there. What if I come out there and give you the food on the log? Let's try that. You don't want to come up here on the shore because there's too much snow, huh? Probably gonna spill a bunch of it, but let me give you more than you need. How about that? Look at that. That really made my day. I actually feel a lot of relief now. I didn't bring it up earlier. I didn't want to jinx it. I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that it turned out like this. She might be one of my favorite residents here at Wholesome Roots, and I never was a duck person, so that that goes to show you that I think a lot about that duck. Well, I got everybody taken care of outside, fed, and busted the ice. I got to go in and give the goats their dinner, and then I'm going to get in the house before it gets dark because it is still extremely cold. So you guys, I hope you're doing your best to stay warm. And if you're all warm and cozy in your house, and you could live vicariously through us here at Wholesome Roots and get a little glimpse of what it's like dealing with the elements. So that does it for me today. Thank you for watching Wholesome Roots. Please like and share, subscribe to our channel. We'll catch you next time. Stay warm. Thanks for watching Wholesome Roots.